'Tis the season for Christmas time. Everybody thinking Christmas with snow starting to fall. And FH&P Lawyer is very proud to be part of the Season of Giving calendars. And we have Stuart Lang joining us. Hi, Stuart.
Hi, Ryan.
I've seen you guys at Rockets games selling these calendars. I've seen you around the community. For those that may not know what the Season of Giving calendar is all about, can you just give us a rundown?
Absolutely. The Season of Giving calendar is a community-based fundraiser that takes donations and sponsorships from local businesses and puts them into work by combining them all into a large Advent-style calendar that runs for 24 days from December 1st to 24th, with each day representing a raffle whereby multiple winning numbers are drawn. And if that individual that owns a particular calendar of the 6,000 that are printed has that number on the back of their calendar that is drawn, they've won one of the wonderful locally donated prizes.
It's incredible that the prizes, maybe we should back up because I want to talk about the prizes, but it's not the typical chocolate that is in the Advent calendar. These are an opportunity to win some pretty outstanding prizes. And like you said, they're all local, which is so amazing.
Yeah, it was, when we started, it was really interesting to see how the snowball began to grow in size. So the first conversation we had as a committee was with Capri Insurance, and they came forward with a wonderful cash sponsorship donation. They said effectively, we believe in this idea. Other businesses will believe as well. So go on there with our support, say that we're fully behind you, and see what you can drum up. And what followed from there was a waterfall of local support, over 261 donated items totaling $62,000 from almost 100 local business sponsors and prize donors.
Wow. And this is the first year that it's happened in Kelowna, right?
Yeah, it came together fast and furious, and in the middle of a really difficult time for us as a society working through the throes of a pandemic. You can imagine that asking business owners from small, medium, and large for any type of handout was a difficult conversation, but in fact, it turned out to be the opposite, where people we found to be very giving and very understanding and very eager to participate. So that was a wonderful time to see what our community could do.
So where did the idea come from?
So these calendars, they originate from Germany, where the Advent season is a really, really important period in December. And so the fundraisers have been going for nearly 15 years in that region, and they've spread across Switzerland, Austria. Central Europe really takes hold on this Advent style fundraising concept, where almost 500,000 units are spread across those countries annually. And if you think that each calendar may raise anywhere from $7 to $20, it's a tremendous amount of money that goes back into communities for all kinds of areas that need support, including mental health, food, including support in children, projects that might need efforts from service clubs, including Rotary, the Lions, and even at the level as local as a soccer team or a church that might need a fundraising idea. It's been very inspiring to see how our particular Rotary-led fundraiser by the Kelowna Sunrise Rotary Club has taken a hold strongly in Kelowna. And I expect that people will look for this in years to come, as we've just launched this in our first year.
Every calendar is only $20 with an opportunity to win some of the great prizes, with $62,000 worth of prizes. But where does the $20 go? You mentioned fundraisers in the other countries. What about here close to home?
Yeah, it was another really interesting time to talk about what the use of the funds would be as a committee, and then as a Rotary Club. We received applications and we did outreach to a variety of organizations in Kelowna. And then as a group, we decided that we'd focus on local kids. So two great organizations, the Neonatal Intensive Care Unit within the Kelowna General Hospital, where funds are used on a restricted basis towards the purchase of equipment, as well as the Child Advocacy Center in Kelowna came forward as big front runners for us in all the voting. And then as well, funds that are additionally used by our Rotary Club for local projects that support children as well. So every dollar that's raised, because we have sponsorship money that covers costs, goes directly back into Kelowna, every single cent, because members like myself are volunteers, very passionate about giving back to the community. And it's been a real honor to put this together with some very, very bright and passionate individuals beside me.
So where can we get one?
Yeah, great question.
Yeah,
So if you're near a Save On Foods, which they're conveniently located throughout West Kelowna all the way to Lake Country,
sure.
we had 6 general managers come forward, and we decided that we would primarily make them available at the Save On Foods locations so that residents could have easy access to them. After we decided that, it turned out that Jacqueline Robertson, owner of Okanagan Lifestyle Apparel, had a son that was impacted and born into the NICU. And I approached her. She fully jumped on board in a really big way. So you can also get them at the Okanagan Lifestyle Workshop on Cannery Lane. And then the third location, for those that may find it convenient, is the Kelowna General Hospital gift shop. However, of course, being still in the end of the pandemic, there are rules and restrictions on entering the hospital. So for those that work in that area or in that particular region, it may prove convenient. Otherwise, there's just a Save On Foods location just down the road.
Some of the prizes, let's dive into some of that. What are these prizes where I open my door and hopefully I win a what?
Yeah, so there's prizes that every single prize exceeds the value of the calendar, which is $20 per unit. There's things as simple as everyday coffee vouchers for local food retailers. There's restaurant gift cards. But then you start to see that Alpine Helicopters came in a big way. There's a couple law firms that came forward, including FH&P, for some really unique service prizes. I don't want to give up too much, but very practical and important prizes. There are wonderful airfare prizes that came forward, in particular from WestJet, the gift of flight, trip for 2 to anywhere WestJet flies in the world, a very highly sought after prize. There's also a really interesting experience by Business Finders that was donated at Area 27 Racetrack for a trip for 2 with lessons on their private racetrack in a supercar. An item that's auctioned off for as much as $10,000 on a regular basis. It's an experiential day. Bread for a year from Cobb's Bread. There's haircuts from a year from Tommy Guns and MVP Barbers. There is, like I said, 261 items that we could go through exhaustively here in a variety of industries. So I like to say, when people are interested in hearing what's behind the door, just look on the back of the calendar. There's a business index, and you can see just how thoroughly the Okanagan is represented. And if anybody was interested in being a business owner and participating, what I would say is, as it all came together quickly in the first year, there was lots of room for other businesses to jump hold as well. And we knew that in years 2, 3, 4, and 5, we'd like to see the same, if not others, come forward. So there's so much room, I think, in the future to have new and interesting items, always being a veritable representation of what this region can do from business.
Well, the Season of Giving calendar is just $20. Is there somewhere online that we can see a little bit more?
So we have a very intuitive website, the Season of Giving Calendar.ca. That's www.seasonofgivingcalendar.ca. It's a really good website to read about what you need to do. It's also the location of where you can read about when the prizes are being released, the winning numbers. So it's important that we also give a huge thank you to our platinum sponsor, Business Finders, Brent Marshall, that came forward with that racing package, but also Kelowna Now for their information in terms of giving us great exposure with their press releases, as well as being the place that you can first find your winning numbers if you've bought a calendar. So you can go to our website, read more about what it is, the calendar. You can go to Kelowna Now and read about what the prizes are being released, as well as the Capital News. And then you can check out our own website that we said as well. The Instagram and the Facebook pages are also named Season of Giving Calendar as well, so you can follow along there. And I just remembered, Ryan, there's one more location if you're in West Kelowna. Postnet, which is right on Main Street, also has calendars available for sale. So go in and see Craig, the wonderful Rotarian, in there if you'd like to pick up one as well.
Well, my hat's off to you and the folks at Rotary for presenting this calendar. It's pretty incredible, and FH&P Lawyers is very proud to be part of it. And hopefully we can all do some winning with the Season of Giving calendar. Stuart, thank you so much.
Thanks for your time, and best of luck to everyone in the contest. We look forward to seeing what's behind those doors.